You're listening to Hawk Talk with former Seahawks wide receiver Michael Bumpus. Powered by Seahawks.com. Now, here's your host, Nasser Kyobe.
Welcome into another edition of Hawk Talk. It's a Victory Monday here at the Virginia Mason Athletic Center as the Seahawks take down the Jacksonville Jaguars 20-12. Seahawks extend their franchise record road winning streak to 9 games. Mike Macdonald improves to 10-1 on the road as Seahawks head coach. Macdonald is the 4th head coach in NFL history to win 10 of his first 11 road games. I don't know what's going on, but they got the formula figured out. I want them to do that at home. Obviously, they're getting there, but it's unreal what they're doing on the road right now, Bump.
They're a band of brothers on the road for some reason. They get her done. I love the camera that they set up now for them exiting the field after a win. You get to really feel the emotion because when they win, we get hyped and then we kind of leave. We do post game, and fans really get to see or feel how they're feeling. So that camera that they set up as they leave the field, I think it's awesome. It really lets you feel how important these wins are for them.
No question about it. And the Seahawks, so many guys stepped up all over the field. We're going to talk about that throughout this podcast. All the injuries in the secondary, you're down 3 starters, but they still find a way to get it done. So let's jump right into it with what had happened.
See, what had happened was
On Hawk Talk.
This game kicked off not guns a-blazing. Started with 4 straight punts, 2, 3 and out for the Seahawks. Then the Jags got the scoring started with an 8-play drive going 61 yards, ending with a 21-yard touchdown to Brian Thomas. A little miscommunication there between Shaquille Griffin and Nicky Minwari, ended up in a wide-open touchdown. That made the score 7-0. Seahawks would respond with a 10-play, 66-yard drive, but had to settle for a Jason Myers field goal.
Yeah, I'm just happy they responded, and I'm sure Shaq and Nicky Minwari are going to get that figured out. Fake the bubble, they go over the top. Cool, but the Hawks bounce back. The Hawks would force a 3-and-out on the next drive thanks to a big sack by Big Cat in the chin of the Wosu. Sam Darnold didn't waste any time, connects in 61 yards top to JSN on the first play of the drive. We're going to break that down later. That made the score 10-6. And then both teams would trade punts, and the Jags would put together an 11-play drive, but will stall out on the Seahawks side of the field. But the Jags would walk away with no points after Cam Little missed a 50-yard field goal. You can credit some of the miss to DeMarcus Lawrence, who got a sack the play before to back him up 9 yards. That's why you keep playing. I'm surprised 50-yarders are like 35-yarders these days for these field goal kickers, so you got lucky there.
There's something the Seahawks are doing special teams-wise. Yeah. I have a feeling that the misses are a little bit of what's going on defensively with the field goal block and all that stuff. So great to see there. The special teams unit has been balling out all season long. The Hawks would add a 53-yard field goal themselves by Jason Myers, and the teams would head in the locker room with the Seahawks up 13-6. And then for the second week in a row, I love this. The Seahawks come out of the halftime firing on all cylinders. They go 8 plays, 77 yards, ending with an 11-yard touchdown to Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp, that was his drive. He also helped set that up with a 29-yard reception earlier in the drive. So love to see Cooper Kupp finally getting the end zone for the first time as a Seahawk.
Yeah, that pass, that throw by Sam Darnold was dime. Corner route right near the pylon in the end zone. That was beautiful, man. The next 2 drives would end in punts, and then the Jags will put together their best drive of the game. They go 14 plays, 82 yards, ending with a 26-yard touchdown to Tim Patrick. Joe was in position there. I think he stopped playing for half a second, and then scramble happened, and then a play is made. Jacksonville had 4 plays of 10-plus yards on that drive, and then they went for 2, but were stopped by Ernest Jones. That made the score 20-12. The next 6 drives after that will end in punts. The Hawks will get the ball back with 2 minutes 53 left in the game, and with it being a 1-score game, the Seahawks still needed to move the ball and get some first downs to end it.
No question about it. You're thinking they're going to run the ball a lot, make Jacksonville, drain all their timeouts. And we're going to break this play down as well, but the Jacksonville secondary was not expecting Sam Darnold to connect with A.J. Barney for a 61-yard run and catch. Hawks then run the ball 3 times, like I said, make the Jags burn all 3 of their timeouts. Jason Myers comes on, hits the game-sealing field goal, but penalty Jacksonville. Seahawks get an automatic first down and then just take some knees, and that was that for the Hawks. A huge game-sealing play by Sam Darnold on the offense. They needed to flip the field. It was still a 1-score game, but throughout this entire game for me, Bump, while they made it close to the end, it never felt like this was a game at any point.
No, it didn't. It didn't feel like the offense was flowing like they usually do, but they had explosive plays. Defensively, you're getting after the quarterback. We're going to talk about some performances here, but 17 quarterback hits. 7 sacks. I mean, Trevor Lawrence was under pressure all day. So every game's different. And this game was unique in the sense that we haven't seen a game like this yet, but they pulled it off.
No question about it. I mean, you hold the Jags to 4 of 16 on third down, and then you mentioned it, getting after Trevor Lawrence. 7 sacks, 17 quarterback hits per ESPN research. That's the most in at least the last 25 years for the Hawks. Might be a season record, career record, but it's just unreal what the defensive line was doing. And the Hawks improved to 4-2 on the season, are in great shape heading into Monday Night Football with a bye on the other side. You take care of business against the Texans, you're 5-2. We're seeing what's going on with the Niners. They're banged up. Obviously, the Rams are a good football team. Arizona is having their trouble. So there's a lot that can be, the Seahawks can really get ahead. And then hopefully after the bye week, you get a lot of the starters back on defense. And it's scary what this team could do moving forward, Bump. But when you looked at the tape, I know you did this morning, when all said and done, what did you learn from this weekend? What's the biggest thing that came out of it?
Man, that the run is a threat. I know you look at these numbers this week, they don't impress you. You go 122 one week, 155 the week before. This week, 60 or something like that. The numbers are going to impress you, but they are influencing this defense. There's a reason why JSN be wide open. 1, he's a good wide out.
Right.
2, Sam Darnold is a heck of a quarterback. But 3, the run game has eyes in the backfield. And defensively, this might be, I want to claim them as the best defensive line in the game, but Denver's numbers are crazy. So I'm going to say they're top 3 defensive unit in the game right now. They are getting pressure without sending a lot of players. The blitz numbers have gone down. It got up to 13% of the time you're blitzing, now 11% of the time. So if I do the math correctly, all right, about 54, 56 plays, that's about 6 blitzes that you probably saw in the last game. They're impressive on that D-line.
No question about it. On both the things you said there, for one, the influence in the secondary is real. There's a lot of numbers out there. I was like, does play action really matter? Yes, it does.
Sure does.
Ask anyone who plays in the back 7, play action matters. If you don't have good eye discipline, you get in the wrong spot, you get beat over the top, and we've seen a lot of that this year. But like we mentioned, there's so many people made plays all over the field, playmakers.
Touchdown, Seahawks! Playmakers.
Show them what time it is.
Holy catfish!
We're going to start with arguably the best quarterback in the National Football League right now. I think the only other person right now that has a word about that is Baker Mayfield, who we just saw. If we're just looking at the numbers, what he is doing right now, Sam Darnold is playing out of his absolute mind. 16-27, 295 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, QB rating of 121.7. He's had a QB rating over 111, I think, the last 4 games. Darnold took care of the football. These Jags get after teams and they create turnovers, but Darnold took care of the football. They had 14 takeaways heading into this game. All the interceptions, nothing happened there. And then per ESPN research, Sam Darnold's 61-yard touchdown to JSN traveled 49 yards beyond the line of scrimmage. The second most air yards on a completion of his career. He's now 17 of 24 on passes thrown 20-plus yards down the field with 2 touchdowns and no interceptions. It is honestly unreal. He has the most play-action yards in the NFL at 593. And then he also has the most passing touchdowns under center with 7. Bump. You can just go through the numbers. I'm just naming some of them. I could continue going for a lot of minutes here, but Sam Darnold is just an absolute stud playing out of his mind.
This offense has done a 180. Really. You go from, you mentioned under center numbers. We were in shotgun 70% of the time last year. You mentioned the play action. Play action was kind of a thing, but not really in shotgun because linebackers can just zone in on the running back and see what's going down. No, it's been fun to watch. And Sam Darnold, B. Walt kind of convinced me. He started this on Thursday saying that B. Walt was in the MVP conversation, maybe top 3. I'm like, we'll see. After this week, I'm bought in. I'm convinced. Let's start the campaign.
Come on.
Jackson Smith and Jigba had another great day. 8 receptions for 162 and 1 touchdown. Had a 61-yard reception for a touchdown, the longest of his career. Sunday was his 4th 100-yard game of the season. Before that, his career, 3 100-yard games before this year. He has 4 already in this season. His 162 yards is the second most receiving yards he's had in his career. He has at least a 36-yard reception in every game this season. So now he leads the NFL with 696 receiving yards. Those 696 yards are the most in any 6-game span in Seahawk history, according to ESPN. He has at least 79 yards in every single game. I did the math. He's on pace for about 1,800 yards. He's on pace right now to break the franchise record week 12. We'll see what happens. Right. We'll see what happens, but he's off to a great start.
Initially when I said it, because I'm still amazed that the franchise record for a season is still only 1,300 yards when you talk about the people that have played here. Obviously, Steve Largent one of the best to ever do it. He played in a little bit different era, throwing the ball less or whatnot. But because I said that at the beginning, that's one thing I'll easily stand on because I'm like, he's going to break that record. Now anyone can be like, well, obviously he's going to. I mean,
we got tape though. You've been saying it.
Been saying it. So I love what we're seeing from JSN. He is absolutely. I mean, number one, if not. There's a couple other people that'll ask about it. Justin Jefferson, obviously, Puka Nacua, a couple other people in the conversation. But from what we're seeing, JSN is the best in the game right now. We talked about the defensive line. Show some love everywhere. Byron Murphy, 4 tackles, 2 sacks, 1 TFL, 4 quarterback hits. He's playing out of his absolute mind. And what I love about him and A.J. Barner both took that sophomore leap this year in. I think Byron Murphy came in. He's first-round pick, so we had a lot higher expectations. He's playing up to, and if not more, than what we thought we'd get from him last year. So I love what we're seeing from Byron.
Last year, this team was led in sacks by an interior defensive lineman in Cat with, 11 and a half? 11?
So around there, yeah.
So far, Byron Murphy, an interior defensive lineman, leads this team in sacks with 4.5. I mean, this dude is balling, and I'm happy for him. And big ups to his daughter, who was born prematurely, but is doing great. So Absolutely. Big ups to Byron Murphy. He got that dash strength now.
Oh, yeah.
So he's out there.
Oh, yeah.
DeMarcus Lawrence had a game, 5 tackles, 2 sacks, 2 TFLs, and 5 quarterback hits. Welcome back. We missed you. Didn't know how much we missed you until I watched that dang film.
Yeah, with DeMarcus, too, outside of the sacks are great. To me, the sacks are a bonus. They're all doing their thing. But when you see him on the field, when number 0's out there, that edge is set.
Yep.
Like, that edge is set, and it just everyone plays off it. You talk about pursuit and run fits. When you set the edge, good things happen, and he's playing out of his mind. And then Chenna Nwosu. We've known we can do since 2022. We've gone on record talking about this forever. He was the best defensive player we had that season, and he just had a tough road, injury after injury after injury. Well, he's back. 4 tackles, 1.5 sacks, 4 quarterback hits. He's had at least half a sack, and I think the last 4 games, Bump.
Yep.
I mean, he's doing his thing, so love what we're seeing from Chenna.
Yeah, Chenna's doing his thing. I love how he knows where the quarterback is. He's going to get his hand and make sure he get at least a half a sack.
Hey, come on now.
He's causing chaos for sure. He get his hand on the quarterback, too. I love it. All right, wide receiver roundup. Talked about JSN, 8 for 162 and 1 touchdown. A.J. Barner had 3 for 71, a big 61-yard reception. We're going to break that down. Cooper Kupp had 2 for 40 and his first touchdown as a Seahawk. Zach Charbonnet had 1 for 13. Arroyo had 1. Ken Walker had 1. 295 overall. Efficient day in the pass game.
Without question, again, we're seeing a lot of different people in this box score every week, which I love to see. And, JSN, he had 13 targets, a majority of the targets, but when you're getting that production, I'll sign up for it every single time.
Every time.
Takes us to the plays of the game. JSN took a week off, and we made a decision not to feature him every week, but it was hard to not pass up the man this weekend. Sam Darnold connects with Jackson Smith-Njigba for a 61-yard touchdown.
Sam Darnold starts under center. Horton wide to the right side. Play fake. Darnold has time. Gonna let it fly. JSN is out there. JSN has it. Touchdown! Seahawks! A spike in the end zone and a 61-yard rocket to number 11. JSN puts 6 more on the board for the Hawks. And that's how you loosen up that defense that is fighting you tooth and nail at the line of scrimmage. You throw over them, and the Seahawks explode for a big touchdown reception and go on top 9-6.
This is the longest play of his career, and it's probably the easiest at the same time. All right. So you got essentially a 2-by-2 formation, 2 tight ends attached to the line of scrimmage. You got JSN up top by himself, in tight, and then you have Arroyo down at the bottom with K9 in the backfield. Typically, when the Hawks motion this tight end from right to left like they're doing with A.J. Barner, they're going to run like a zone, either split zone or a regular zone. So that's what they're showing to this defense, right? They're showing, look, A.J. Barner is going to take care of the edge and block the end, and then we're going to hand the football off. Instead of that, he releases to the flat, and you got K9 who goes with the play fake, and now he's out to release to sit over the ball. But this is what that does. I mentioned that because all that motion, all that action grabs the eyes of the safety that is over JSN. He has a corner sitting around 6 or 7 yards. He has that safety over there as well. The safety made this happen. JSN does a great job with his release. He widens just a little bit, attacks the leverage of the corner, and now it's just an all-out sprint. Because this safety has his eyes in the backfield and does not flip his hips until late, it is gone. It is money. The easiest touchdown and the biggest play of Jason's career just by the little things, because the Hawks set up the run. They showed play action, safety's eyes in the backfield. JSN turns on the burners. It's a wrap.
Yeah, man. For one, shout out to Sam Darnold. That is a dime. We talk about dimes. He threw to Cooper Kupp. That's an absolute dime. JSN barely is right in his breadbasket there, which is great. And then here's another thing. The Jaguars made a trade in their secondary.
Sure did.
This was his first snap.
This is first snap?
That was his first snap.
Dang.
And, I mean, honestly, first snap, and you got JSN staring in front of you, and he just runs by him.
Yeah.
Runs by him, and again, you talk about the safety. If your eyes aren't disciplined, even for a half a second, when Jason's on your side of the field, you're dead meat. And it's crazy to me, and I hope defenses keep doing this. It doesn't matter if you know his big playability and getting over the top. He still finds a way to do it, and I think I'll give credit to Brian Walters. We talked about this in the postgame show. When that ball's in the air, again, his ability to track, he talked about it this week, JSN did, about how playing baseball helped him with that.
Right.
His acceleration when the ball's in the air, there's an extra gear there that is hard to find. Not everyone has it. JSN does, and he's going to get to that football. And if you're the safety, you're in the corner, you're looking back, and you're just like, oh, my goodness, I don't really want to go to the sideline because I'm about to hear about it. Our next play, Sam Darnold finds A.J. Barner for another 61-yard reception.
Darnold under center. Darnold's going to roll left, has time, looks, steps up, throws back, wide open Barner, makes a catch, 40, 30, cuts back inside, 25, 20, cuts back outside, look out, Barner goes down at the 12-yard line. Are you kidding me? Everybody rolls left. Barner, A.J. Barner, goes back to the right side, and I mean he was open all day for a 61-yarder. Kubiak has pulled out of his bag of tricks a big play right when he needs it. A 61-yard touchdown earlier, and this time the big play, 61 to Barner, and the Seahawks are at the very least in field goal range, and that might just demoralize the Jacksonville defense. What a call and what a play.
This is so similar to the first play we looked at in a lot of ways. You line up in 2-by-2 again, tight ends attached to the line of scrimmage. You got JSN up top in a tight formation. You got, is that Horton down there? No, Cooper Kupp down at the bottom tight formation. You're going to motion the tight end over to the left side. All right, so what this looks like is a running formation once again, and you're going to get play action. You mentioned that Sam Darnold has the most yards off of play action, but why? Because they're able to run the football. So what they're going to do now is you're going to fake the handoff. You're going to boot to your left, all right? You're going to have A.J. Barner release. He's one-on-one with the safety. Where the safety messes up is that he's taking his run steps because of the play action. He takes his run steps, he hops forward, and A.J. Barner gets on his toes fairly quickly, so he's not able to flip his hips. What I love about this, too, as well, is Sam Darnold's rolling to the left side, right? Everything in his body and in the route combination by JSN and Cooper Kupp at the bottom says this play is going to go to Sam Darnold's left. The defense is right. Instead, A.J. Barner gets vertical, and I love the clean that he has right when he gets on the safety's toes, right? The safety's going to try to grab him. He cleans him up. But Sam Darnold rolling to the left, comes back to the right side, and A.J. Barner is wide open. This is all just influence, right? Faking the run, rolling to the left, getting the defense to take that false step, and A.J. Barner showing that he's got a bit more speed than people think. Another easy completion. Why? Because the run game is working, even if you're only rushing for 60 yards.
Yeah, for anyone who's played in the secondary, when you're looking at their star high safety on this play, that's called an O read right there, because you take 2 steps up forward, you're dead meat. Yep. You are absolutely dead meat. That's a great run fact. Why? His eyes are in the backfield bump. You can hit it right on the head. And Barner, for a tight end, that's a great route. That is crispy. You look at it, he's 9 yards away from him.
Yep.
Just playing catch up. I talked to AJ today. He's like, man, I thought I was going to score, but he's like, I could have tried to stiff arm him right there, and I probably would have got some more, but I knew if I cut it back, I'd get more yardage. And then you love the effort from JSN. He's getting down. Almost gets the cleanup block if Barner keeps going that same direction. Obviously, he doesn't know where JSN is on the field, but it was almost a picture-perfect block, and he might have scored there. But, again, love what you're seeing there. AJ runs a great route. You mentioned it, play action. Again, it might not show up in the box score, but it's showing up because people are honoring that. And, again, Sam Darnold does not lead the league in play action yardage for no reason. It's because of this scheme, what Kubiak's doing, what Sam's doing, everyone carrying out their fakes. Love what we're seeing and they're playing really good football. The big plays.
I got to give him a little more love on this route. The end zone version is crazy to me. He gets on the safety toes, nods him to the left, takes his eyes, his body, his soul that way, then puts that left foot in the ground and snaps it up. Goodness gracious, AJ got some routes.
Yeah, because if you're the safety, you're like, oh, crap, to pass, and you're thinking like, oh, he's going to run this post, opens up, and then AJ puts that foot in the ground. Yeah. It's a wrap, and AJ gets to do his thing. Just like the Seahawks did, getting a big road win in Jacksonville. Bump, so it sets us up for our favorite formation, victory formation.
Here comes the Seahawks offense onto the field and the Vikings defense trudging out there, knowing that one kneel down and the Seahawks are going to wind the clock down and win this one.
It's the victory formation on Hawk Talk.
Seahawks back in the win column. Road Warriors 10-1 under Mike Macdonald. Awesome stat. Wasn't always pretty. The Hawks, did what they had to do to win. There's a little blip in there where there were a lot of punts. We had to move the ball a ton. But again, we just talked about it. Big play after big play after big play. And then an amazing effort from this defense bump, holding the Jags to 12 points. Second Trevor Lawrence 7 times. Hit him another 17. Total team effort on defense. Limited the big plays. Only 3 plays more than 15 yards. So I love what they did on that side of the ball.
Yeah, Jags only had 59 yards rushing. They're the 4th best rushing attack in the game, and Shaq Griffin stepped up. He started and he played some good football. Then offensively, Sam Darnold continues to play at a high level. He protected the football against a team that was the best in the NFL at taking the ball away, and JSN continues to show he's one of the best, not only receivers, best players in the NFL. 696 yards through 6. So, yeah, keep it up.
Love what we're seeing there. And the offensive line, another great job, only letting Darnold get sacked 1 time. Hawks only had 60-yard rushing, but we know what the run game did. It helped with those really big plays that we just broke down. And the Seahawks get an extra day this week. They got a bonus day. I think they look at it differently as they prepare, because I'm sure the coaching staff still has a lot of stuff they can improve on. And this team's 4-2, and you're just seeing the tip of the potential, because where they could be, this team easily could be undefeated right now. Easily. And they got a bonus day. They got a big game at Lumen Field on Monday Night Football, which is going to be huge. Can't wait. Late start, though, Bump.
Ooh.
Late start, 7 p.m. kick because of the doubleheader on ESPN. So we're gonna be up late.
Long day. I'm here for it, though.
Yeah, no, love it. Prime times, have the Seahawks get a win. Go into the bye week at 5-2. We'll see what's going on there. Appreciate you guys listening. We'll be back with you on Thursday, breaking down those Houston Texans. He's Michael Bumpus. I'm Nasser Kyobe. The Seahawks take down the Jags 20-12. This has been Hawk Talk.